Hi, in this video we will be discussing about conformations of butane. Let us see the molecular structure of butane. It is CH3, CH2, CH2, CH3. So if we mark carbons 1, 2, 3, 4. Now basically conformations are different molecules or different structures which we get based on the rotation possible on carbon-carbon single bond or the sigma bond. So now here the conformations can be drawn about C1 and C2, C2 and C3, and C3 and C4. So when we draw conformations about C1 and C2 as well as C3 and C4, we get a structure almost similar to that of propane. We will not be able to get more details and more interactions possible in these two arrangements. So basically, instead of analyzing C1 and C2 or sigma bond between C3 and C4, we analyze the sigma bond of C2 and C3. So if we draw conformations about C2 and C3, the simple structure with dihedral angle 0 degree will look like this. Now if we rotate or increase the dihedral angle by 60 degrees, our structure becomes, this is carbon number 2, 1, 3 and 4. Similarly here 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now dihedral angle is 60 degrees. So basically the repulsion between the bond pair electrons of C1 C2 bond and C3 C4 bond is torsional strain, and steric strain or van der Waals strain is actually due to the non-bonded atoms and their electron pairs. So basically these alkyl groups which are interacting here, the group CH3, that will offer steric strain. So that steric strain is less here, and also the torsional strain is also less, but it is not minimum here because there is still interaction. So if I increase this dihedral angle by 60 degrees, we get, so now basically if we see the different structures obtained by having different dihedral angle. In the first structure, we have dihedral angle 0, and this structure will have highest strain because both the torsional strain, that is the repulsion between bond pair electrons of C1, C2 bond and C3, C4 bond, as well as steric strain, that is the repulsion offered by the alkyl group CH3 and this CH3, is maximum. So this particular structure is called fully eclipsed. And then we have the next structure when dihedral angle is increased to 60 degrees. Now the torsional strain as well as steric strain is reduced, but still there is interaction. So because of this, this structure will have a slightly higher stability compared to the first structure, and this structure is stable by almost 3.8 kilojoules. So basically the potential energy of this molecule is 3.8 kilojoules uh, less compared to this structure. So that's a very important point, and this is called Gauche form. Gauche form or Gauche conformer. And if you look at this, the structure which we are getting, if the dihedral angle is 120 degrees, this is called basically partially eclipsed. This is called partially eclipsed. So here what is happening is we are able to see that the hydrogen of one carbon is eclipsing with the alkyl group of the other carbon. So basically this is C2 and this is C3. Of course, steric interaction is much less compared to the totally eclipsed condition here. But here there is a high torsional strain because the bond pair electrons of CH bond here and CCH3 bond here are close by. So there is a high torsional strain. So next structure which we get is the most stable one, and it is called antiform. And this is the most stable form when dihedral angle is 180 degree, because all the groups are far away and there is a minimum torsional strain as well as steric strain, because alkyl groups are completely opposite in direction. So as a consequence, antiform will have highest stability. Now next, if I increase dihedral angle to 240 degrees, it will overlap with the structure is identical to the structure which we have got when dihedral angle was 120 degrees. So this is also half eclipsed, or you can say partially eclipsed. And next, if I increase the dihedral angle by 60 more degrees, we get gauche form. So structure 6 and structure 2 are identical. Structure the last structure is same as the first structure, and structure 3, the molecule obtained in third structure, is same as that of fifth one, because both are partially eclipsed or half eclipsed. So these are the structures of conformations of butane. Now if we try to understand the potential energy diagram for this, yes, the potential energy versus dihedral angle plot for the conformations can be represented like this. And here, if we see, the structure represented by antiform and gauche form are considered as conformers. And though there are infinitely many conformations are possible, these structures represented by 1, 3, and 5 are not very stable, and molecule does not support the existence of such conformers. Though these structures are interconvertible and the conversion occurs spontaneously, the major stability lies with this particular form, that is antiform. And the energy difference between antiform and gauche form is 3.8 kilojoules, and energy difference between antiform and uh, fully eclipsed form, fully eclipsed or totally eclipsed form, is 21 kilojoules. And these are approximate values, and we have the energy difference between the antiform and, considering this as 0, this is 15 kilojoules. So the energy difference between antiform and partially eclipsed form, 15 kilojoules. So considering these energy parameters, we can arrange the stability of the molecules as antiform, then gauche form, and followed by partially eclipsed structure. Then we have fully eclipsed. So unless there is some extra interaction, some special interaction like intramolecular hydrogen bonding, or there is increased dipole-dipole interaction, the order of stability remains same. In some cases, gauche form becomes more stable, like in case of CH2OH. Gauche form is more stable due to intramolecular hydrogen bonding. Hydrogen bonding. So basically, such special interactions, if we have in a particular compound, we see that Gauss form becomes more stable. Otherwise, it's going to follow order, that is, anti form is more stable, then Gauss, then partially eclipsed, then fully eclipsed. So that's about conformations of butane, and that's it for the video.